It's Donna's Delights with Angry Orchard. Anyways, I'm gonna make no-bake cookies. Now, a friend of mine, Triana, will call them on the range or top of the range or something like that. Like not home on the range, because this is the range she's talking about, the stove. But anyways, call them no-bake cookies. It was a staple in my childhood, and I really like making them. All right, so the first thing you want to do, and I've already got all the ingredients ready. I have 2 cups of sugar. I have a half a cup of milk, a stick of butter. It's supposed to be unsalted, but in the quarantine days, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. So I have salted butter, and I'm gonna give it a go. And then a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. So we're gonna put that all in our pan on top of the range, or the stove top, because it's no-bake cookies. We're gonna cook them on the stove. That is the 2 cups of sugar, the half a cup of milk, the whole stick of, in this case, salted butter, but I think it's gonna be just fine. Stick of butter. That's a little sticky. Okay, and then the cocoa powder. Cocoa puffs. Cocoa puffs. All right, and now we're going to heat this up, and it's gonna boil. So we're gonna have to wait for it to boil. I'm gonna not put it on full steam ahead. I'm gonna put it down on like medium high. And then I'm gonna wait for that all to the butter to melt. And then I am going to wait for it to boil. So I'm gonna stir it up a little bit to get the sugar and the milk and the butter all mixed together. See, we are mixing up the cocoa, the milk, the sugar, and the butter. It's nowhere near boiling yet. It's gonna be a while. So I just gotta trying to get all the cocoa powder dissolved and everything else incorporated. See, look, there's some cocoa. Cocoa. Chocolate, bate, chocolate.
Smash the butter.
I did smash it. Should I smash it some more? Smash the butter. My camera thing lady here said I should smash the butter.
Camera lady. That's my camera lady.
While that is warming up, I got the oats. I got 3 cups of Old Fashion Oats. I have a cup of peanut butter and vanilla and salt. It's supposed to be kosher salt, but again, I have Mediterranean sea salt. I don't know if it's kosher or not, but it's salt and it's in my grinder. So I'm gonna kind of mix this together so that when this comes off the stove, I'm gonna pour this together and combine it then. So I'm just gonna kind of like get this a little bit ready. So I'm gonna use many people call this a spatula, but when I was a kid, I thought that its real name was a jipper, because that's what my mother called it, a jipper, because it jipped you out of all the good stuff in the bottom of the bowl. So I'm gonna put the peanut butter in with the oats. I'm gonna kind of mix it up a little bit.
I thought you called it a spatula.
No, a jipper. Because it jipped you. I'm just kind of mixing this up a little bit. Then I'm gonna put a pinch of salt in and 1 tablespoon of vanilla. I'm using pure vanilla extract. It's pure. And again, I'm gonna just mix that up. And after I get this mixed up a little bit here, I'm gonna go back and check on my chocolate. And the butter's still not quite melted yet, but it's getting there. It is warming up. As you can see, it's getting, oh, that is so delicious. I mean, who doesn't like a whole stick of butter? I feel like, who is that person that always puts butter in everything? Ida, like, what's her name?
I think it's
Contessa or Ina?
the Contessa, yes.
The Contessa, they're always putting
Ina
butter and stuff. Ina Gardner. Anyways, so we're making sure that's going to melt, and the butter is almost all melted, but we still need to get it to boil. And once it boils, we need to boil it for 1 minute. If we don't boil it for 1 minute, it won't set up right. it'll be runny no-bake cookies. Right, Azul? Right, Azul? See that it is bubbling up around the edges. We have to keep stirring it. I've gone to my nice gravy stirrer here. I love this one. Now I'm going to tell Alexa, timer 1 minute, please. Now we're going to stir it for 1 minute while it is boiling. This is the important step. You have to stir it and boil for 1 minute. It's a chemical reaction thing. It's not going to set up unless you do this step here. My camera person just told me, Donna, hold on to the handle. It looks safer. I'm trying to be safe here. Safety first. Hate to have a cauldron of hot chocolate on the floor because it might dump on Azul's head. So I'm going to keep stirring.
Or the
1
camera
minute.
person's
Or the
legs.
camera. We don't want that. That would be a bad thing. I would be in a lot of trouble for that. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Whoops, I gotta keep stirring. 1 minute. Gotta keep going till Alexa tells me no more stirring. Okay, time is up. So I've stirred this for 1 minute while it was boiling. Alexa, enough, stop. She's so insistent. Okay, so I'm gonna take this off of the heat and I'm going to dump it in to the oats. Where'd my camera person go?
Sorry.
She wandered off. So now I'm gonna dump this in right into the peanut butter oat mixture and use my jipper to get out most of that. Chocolate. And then I'm gonna continue to incorporate this up. So I'm gonna stir it, stir it, stir it, stir it, stir it, stir, stir, stir. And it's going to look very runny initially, but then, and because I didn't have quite 3 cups of oats, to be honest, it may be a little teeny bit runnier than normal, but it will start to thicken up. And once it starts to thicken up a little bit, that's when you want to think about spooning it out onto the pan. And you can see that it is starting to get a little bit thicker. So now I've stirred all of the ingredients up, and now I have a baking sheet and I've got it lined with parchment paper. You don't necessarily have to have parchment paper if you want to use tinfoil or something. It just makes it easier to get it off of the tray after when the cookies are done. So I've just got 2 spoons, and not the kind you eat cereal with, unless you like a big spoon for cereal, but it's the bigger spoon. And I'm just gonna spoon out the cookies onto the pan. And you can get them as close as you want because they're not gonna like spread out when you cook them, because you don't cook them because they're no bake cookies. So we're not gonna bake them. So you're just gonna get them on the pan. You're just putting them on the pan so that they cool down. When we're done with spooning out the cookies here, then we're gonna put them in the refrigerator and let them cool down. So I'll be back with you guys in just a minute after I have spooned all of these out. There's no need for you guys to stay here and watch me spoon these all out. See you in a bit. So I've got a pan filled. I actually have some more in the bowl there, but I'll do those another time. Right now we've got a pan full, and I'm just gonna pop them in to the refrigerator, and then we'll be back and give them a go. So into the refrigerator they go, and they really only need to stay in there for about 5 to 10 minutes until they can set up and you can pick them up like a cookie. And we'll be back and we're gonna give them a taste. All right, the cookies are ready to come out of the refrigerator now. I'll tell you how I time it. Whenever I get the dishes done, then I know that they're time to come out of the refrigerator. So let's check them out. And again, it doesn't take long. And here you go. And one for me, and one for the camera person. Boop. Let's have a bite. Oh my gosh. So delicious. 2 of my favorite things together. Chocolate and peanut butter. Cheers. Happy quarantine. Signing out. It's Donna.
Delightful.
What is it?
Donna's Delightful Dishes.
Oh, it's Donna's Delightful Dishes.